On the phone, we have Dan Orks. Dan, you there?
G'day, Harrison. Yeah, I'm here, buddy.
Sweet. How you going, man?
Pretty good, man. How's your afternoon?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Pretty exciting. I got a full show, doing an interview at 6 as well, so it's cool.
Sweet.
Sweet. All right, let's
thanks for having me on your show.
Yeah, that's cool. Thanks for being here. It's not often we get some pretty cool celebrities on the show, so it's good to have you along. Well, you know, relatively speaking.
Auckland DJs, Auckland DJs from the Big Smoke.
Yeah, that's the stuff. So growing up, how did you get into music?
Growing up, how did I get into music? I think basically, as a kid, my parents really didn't listen to music very much, which was pretty weird. But we had like a record player that was broken.
Yeah.
And I'd always try and fiddle with it, and Dad had a collection, but there wasn't really much music except what was on the radio. So I guess I kind of got into it through the radio, and then had just a natural kind of, I was just kind of drawn to it naturally, I think, maybe because I was deprived of it so much, so I wanted to discover lots of music out there. So yeah, I think as a kid, a little bit of kind of wanting to know more about music, and kind of had to find it myself.
Yeah, and you're from Newcastle in Australia, I believe.
That's right.
How on earth did you end up in New Zealand?
I had friends that lived over here, and I'd come over here and DJ every now and again. And then I had a bunch of friends that worked at George. And man, if you've ever been to George, or if you've listened to George, it's, you know, one of the cool, apart from your radio station, of course.
Yeah, of course.
It's one of the coolest radio stations that you can listen to, man, and especially coming from Australia. There's not much like that in Australia. The closest thing is probably Triple J, that, you know, I guess for me growing up would play dance music on the weekends and play rock music throughout the week.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was kind of like discovering Georgie FM and having a whole bunch of friends here that inspired me to move here.
Yeah. So what is it like working for Georgie FM? Like, what's the environment there like?
It's pretty cool, man. It's very casual, big kind of family vibe. Everyone's passionate about the music and about our kind of little, you know, I guess it's a bit of an underdog radio station.
Yeah.
But we do tend to compete with the bigger radio stations these days, like The Edge and ZM and stuff like that. So, yeah, you know, like dance music has gotten pretty popular, and it's competing with the pop music. So that's really cool, man. But yeah, everyone's pretty laid back and passionate about the music. You know, we don't get paid $1 million, so we kind of do it for the love of it.
Yeah. And is Thane Kirby that funny when he's off the air? Is he like naturally?
Thane's awesome, man.
Yeah, he is. Oh, he's
Thane's cool. Yeah, he can get a little bit nasty on the radio.
Yeah.
But that's just his persona on the radio. You know, he likes to shock people a little bit. But man, yeah, he's fun to hang out with if you get to know him.
Yeah. And so you also DJ at live gigs. What for you makes a great and memorable show?
It has to be the crowd, hey, definitely. I guess, for example, you know, every time I play at Rhythm and Vines down in Gisborne, everyone is just up for it. So it makes you put in a better performance, and, you know, a better kind of, you know, you work a little bit harder to get them going even crazier than what they are, because they're there, man, and they're ready to just lose their shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah. and half the guys at Rhythm and Vines would be sloshed anyway, so that would be entertaining.
Yeah, man. Well, they're up for it. They're out to celebrate. It's the end of the year, you know. So it's gigs like that you really look forward to, and yeah, I guess that's what gets me pumped. You know, there's other, but like, I have fun anywhere. You know, I can play at a wedding and have a ball, or play at someone's 21st.
Yeah. Do you play at weddings often?
I've done a few now. Yeah, private weddings.
Yeah. Oh,
pretty weird.
That would be quite a different vibe to Rhythm and Vines, I'm guessing. So you produce your own music as well. What process do you go through when you make your songs?
Wow, what process do I go through? I guess I just pull all my influences together. So I might be listening to, you know, 2 or 3 different styles and kind of take the influences from that. I guess for example, with my song Kelly Bundy,
yeah,
I'd been listening to a lot of What So Not, and it was like kind of the drums of What So Not, particularly in their remix of Kimbra, which kind of drew me to doing something, of a similar style with that type of drums. But then, being from Australia, I'm a big fan of artists like Architecture in Helsinki and stuff like that. So it's like, oh, that's a cool melody, I might, draw influence from that as well. And you combined a couple of different styles together. So, and the great thing, I guess, with that song is that I was able to just get Randa to do her own unique thing over the top of it, which just, gave it a whole different kind of sound.
Yeah. Oh, you've stolen my next question, because I was about to ask you what artists have influenced your music, and then you've just gone and answered it for me.
Yeah, oh man, yeah, I think there's loads. Hey, like Subtract and Sansa are ones that come to mind, particularly on the album that I've just finished writing.
Yeah.
And yeah, What So Not, and who else? Like the Avalanches from Australia as well. Man, I used to love those guys growing up.
Yeah.
And yeah, even my buddy P Money. We've done a couple of tracks for the album that's coming out soon, and yeah, his music's always been an influence of mine too. So it's good to be able to work with people that you've kind of like listened to their music over the years too.
Yeah. Now you just mentioned your new album. Tell us a little bit about it.
It's called The Playlist, and it's I guess it's like, it's a whole bunch of my different influences. I guess what I've known for my remixes and mashups and my kind of like the house music that I've written. Yeah. So I wanted to branch out a little bit more and try a few different genres. So yeah, it's a whole kind of different mix-up of genres and different styles. And I hope that it all kind of gets tied together with the different guest vocalists and other people that I've used on the album as well.
Yeah,
yeah, a bit of hip-hop, a bit of trap influences, a bit of house music.
Yeah, that's sick. When does that come out?
It should be in a couple of months. I think it's July is the date now. It's kind of been pushed back here and there, due to record labels and stuff like that. All that kind of like grey area there. But yeah, it was planned to be out by the end of summer, but it looks like it's going to be out in around July now.
Sweet. Final question. What advice would you give to those people who want to get into the music industry? That's whether like DJing, radio hosting, producing their own music.
Oh man, just go and volunteer and help out and go and support the people that are already doing it. I get a lot of people coming down to my DJ gigs to say hi and giving high fives, and kind of like sometimes they want to jump up in the DJ booth, which I'm pretty happy to do. But I remember I first started out as a DJ, and I didn't really know quite what to how to do it. But I just go down to my local club and watch my local DJ who was spinning. One of the guys was spinning hip hop at the time. We became friends. But yeah, there was a bunch of us that would do that. We'd just go down there every night, and we'd be the guys like right next to the DJ booth watching him mix and just kind of learning by watching. There wasn't that many people around at the end of the 90s to kind of teach you. There's only so much that someone can teach you as well. It's like, it's better to go and support the guys that are already out there doing it, have a good time, and yeah, man, it's fun. I had so much fun when I was young, just kind of watching DJs and learning and then going home and putting that into practice. And it'll definitely make you a lot better DJ than just some guy that, stands there and pushes play and then, doesn't really do much at all. But yeah, especially I guess as well in the radio side of things, like just go and volunteer somewhere at your favourite radio station. And there's most radio stations, especially George, are always looking for volunteers. So that's how you get in there, man. You just got to like kind of start from the bottom and probably not get paid too much money, but if you stick around and if you're passionate, then it'll pay off. Yeah,
that's good advice actually. And for all of you listeners out there, come in and do a show at Control. Nothing quite beats uni radio. It's great. Cheers for that, Dan. Hope you have a sick night and a good weekend. And we're going to finish off with your track that you mentioned before, Callie Bundy featuring Randa, here on Radio Control 99.4.
Thanks, bro.
See ya.